In convergent facilitation, we always are calling on people's willingness, and we don't focus on people's preferences because it is very, very difficult to converge around preferences. So you can imagine if Dexter, if you and I had the opportunity to have lunch together, that would be so fun. Dexter, what do you prefer for lunch? What would you prefer for lunch?
I think soup with and a sandwich.
You want soup and a sandwich. Okay, well, my preference is I really want some Chinese food for lunch. There's no movement, right? I cannot turn soup and a sandwich into Chinese food, and Dexter can't convince me that what I really want is soup and a sandwich. We're never going to converge on anything. We're going to be locked into our position. Now, willingness. All right, willingness. Hey, Dexter, are you willing to have Chinese food?
Hmm, I'm not really feeling Chinese food.
Cool. Tell me more about what doesn't work for you about the Chinese food.
Uh, it, I guess it's mostly that I just have my my preference on on soup. It's cold, and I like the warmth and the kind of settling experience that I get from soup.
Okay, so what about if we had wonton soup?
It's not hearty enough. I'm looking for something that's got some body to it.
Ah, okay. So warmth. Okay, so you're wanting warmth and body and okay. So does everybody see how I'm shifting? We don't need to follow this on through, but I was coming up with something that might work. So I was moving him toward, seeing if I could move him towards me. Now I'm probably going to move, I would be asking, okay, so what sort of ingredients do you want in your soup? And I would then, if I liked what he wanted to put in the soup, I would be there because I don't want the sandwich, but I could join him in the soup and he could do his own sandwich. That's the difference between willingness and preference. If we stay in preference, we're stuck with our preferences, we're stuck in our positions. And if we get to willingness, we're moving towards what are our underlying needs, where we're actually going to find our common ground.
So
Did I make
that's the key is to get to the underlying needs and find out, what what is it about this thing that has you preferring it.
Yeah, so that I can then figure out where I can stretch into willingness and where you can stretch into willingness. And our willingness can converge with each other. So, no, we're not going to get our preference. We're not, in all likelihood, get our
I
preference.
could imagine you both enjoying a really hearty bowl of a nice Thai soup with a lot of veggies and meat and
There you go, Roxy. I like that. Nice.
Ooh, I'd
What do you
love
think,
that.
Lisa?
I,
Oh,
I'm actually, this sounds wonderful to me. And it
okay.
wasn't my initial preference, but I have 100% willingness.